May Govanen, viral nerds. How are you? How are the ladies in particular? It's been a while. Life has been busy. Life has also been good, but it's been busy. I moved, among other things, if that wasn't obvious. I miss the days when I was but a child and I could sit on YouTube for hours. So much time, but so little ambition. Nowadays, of course, I want to do everything and I have no time to do anything, so, you know, whatever. But I'm making a video now, so just shut your mouth. By the way, you remember my band that I told you about in the last video that we had our first single out? Well, now our whole 6-track EP is out, and that's on Bandcamp. It's the first link in the description. You can check that out if you want, or just listen for free, whatever. I was perusing Facebook recently, and I saw that a friend of mine had posted this atheism meme that he found online. And the meme was as follows. Atheism. The belief that there was nothing, and then nothing happened to nothing, and then nothing magically exploded for no reason, creating everything, and then a bunch of everything magically rearranged itself for no reason whatsoever into self-replicating bits, which then turned into dinosaurs. Makes perfect sense. And my friend's caption with the picture was this. Bottom line, it takes way more faith to be an atheist than to believe in a divine creator. You're watching the League of Cloaks, Oaks. Now I'm gonna respond to that, but first I have to show you just the cutest little kitten ever. Yes, he is. This is Thorin, my new kitten, formerly known as Ari because when I got him, they told me he was a girl, and he was like 5 weeks old, so it was kind of hard to tell, but then of course I started noticing two very distinctly masculine things beginning to take shape below deck, so Thorin. His name is Thorin. But anyway, back to the atheism thing. Now, before you start hating on my friend, know that the two of us have discussed these things at length in the past, and we have always done so without ever dissolving into argumentative psychobabble. This guy is not an idiot, and he's entitled to his opinion. But of course, I couldn't just not say anything, so I commented this on his post. This coming from a thoroughly non-aggressive, totally passive, and completely our opposing beliefs don't mean we can't be friends sort of standpoint. I dare you to Google the Christianity version of this meme and read through the results with an open mind. But see, that's not the good part, because I knew when I posted that my friends' friends were going to start raining down hell on me, and that is where it gets good. The very next comment was, I kid you not, an open mind is the devil's playhouse. What? I refrained from responding to the man partly because I did not wish to digress into childish banter, partly because I was angry, and partly because I am not sure I have the words to express my utter stupefaction at this comment. No, I do have the words, and they go like this. Wow, you're so right. It sure is a good thing that having a closed mind never leads to being, I don't know, ignorant or uneducated, or maybe even misquoting the fake proverb that you're arguing about. People with open minds are stupid. I mean, they're like Copernicus or Galileo trying to say that the stars don't revolve around the earth and shit. Clearly the devil wreaked all sorts of havoc on those guys' minds. And then we have to rely on the closed-minded people to come along and shut those bitches down before they can spread around all that heresy. Man, never send an open-minded person to do a closed-minded person's job. And man, don't even get me started on those Protestant fools in the Middle Ages trying to convince people that they didn't have to pay the Catholic Church money to get into heaven. Or idiots like Abraham Lincoln trying to say that the idea of all men being created equal was somehow undermined by the existence of slavery. Yeah, open-minded people, am I right? I learned something today. See, I go to great lengths to try and convey the idea that our opposing beliefs don't mean we can't be friends. I try and show people respect for their various beliefs and not treat anyone like they're stupid, even if they are. But today, I learned something. I learned where I have to draw the line on that. When you say that an open mind is the devil's playhouse, you are literally forbidding yourself to think. You are forcing yourself to go through life with the assumption that your preconceived beliefs are the ultimate truth, and that if something doesn't line up with those beliefs, it is the work of the devil. And I'm sorry, but when your beliefs forbid you from thinking, that is where I draw the line. That is where I cease to respect your right to an opinion, because at that point, you are pretending, and there is no version of reality where such an opinion, utterly devoid of logical thought, can possibly carry any legitimacy. Anyway, let's get back to the original topic of this video. my friend and his atheism meme. He posted this meme about how atheism was the ridiculous belief that nothing was nothing and then formed something and so on. So I encouraged him to look up the opposing Christianity version of this meme, because apparently memes are the best place to debate the secrets of life's origin. Someone else eventually posted it in the comments for him, and it goes like this. Christianity. The belief that some cosmic Jewish zombie can make you live forever if you symbolically eat his flesh and telepathically tell him that you accept him as your master, so he can remove an evil force from your soul that is present in humanity because a rib woman was convinced by a talking snake to eat from a magical tree. Makes perfect sense. Now, before you guys leave comments telling me how stupid these arguments are, I want you to know that I'm not talking about them because I think they're legitimate arguments. That's not the point of the video. My point is something else entirely, so here we go. Now, any Christians who might happen to be watching this video, I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that this argument against Christianity struck you as ill-founded, grossly inaccurate, and uneducated, ignorant of what the Bible actually says, and frankly, just plain stupid. Why? Because you've read the Bible, and among other things, you know that to call Jesus a zombie because he was raised from the dead is like calling Edward Cullen a vampire because he sparkles. For some reason, I feel like that wasn't the best metaphor I could have come up with. Now, atheists who might be watching this video, I'm gonna guess that you probably felt the same way about the atheism meme. You never believed that the universe was at any point devoid of any physical substances. That's just a grossly inaccurate representation of your beliefs. In fact, if anything, the idea of something coming from nothing is far more Christian than it is atheist. Atheists believe that life came from a bunch of raw matter that contained everything in it that we see today, just in different forms. Christians, on the other hand, believe that space was a vacuum, and then God said, "Let there be light," and stuff. In other words, God spoke the physical realm into being from nothing. But back to the memes I was talking about. Is one right and the other wrong? No. Both of them are illogical bullshit. Both of them carry all the aforementioned negative qualities, and both were created for the sole purpose of giving someone an excuse to call someone else stupid. Furthermore, neither of them really bears hardly any resemblance to the actual beliefs they reference. People need to realize that both atheism and Christianity are complex belief systems that you really shouldn't be criticizing when your understanding of them is as simple and misguided as, "Oh, well, atheists believe that nothing exploded and formed everything." Yes, bully. Christians believe that a cosmic Jewish zombie will make them live forever. Cheerio. Just to be clear on this point, I am an atheist, and I believe that when atheism and Christianity are both closely scrutinized with an open mind, Christianity very quickly falls off its legs. But that's not the point of this video. My point for now is to get all of the ignorant, obstinate fools on both sides of the fence to stop throwing shit at each other and, you know, actually study what they're arguing against. And for the love of God, stop trying to convince yourself that there can possibly be any good reason to forbid yourself from thinking. So yeah, thanks for listening. I'm sure a lot of what I just said could have been said much better without all the impassioned yelling and such, but sometimes a guy's just gotta yell, and that's tough. And maybe this video will mark a temporary end to my impassioned yelling, and my future videos can return to a quieter, more collected form of communication. In the meantime, feel free to hook up with me on Facebook and Twitter and all that good stuff. Links are down below. And that's everything. Victory. Also, by the way, if you guys ever want to like talk to me about stuff, or debate me about stuff or whatever, I'm always open to that. The best place to do that is just to message me on Facebook. I have all kinds of conversations with people on there about stuff, and that's actually kind of a hobby of mine. I really enjoy doing that. So feel free to talk to me about anything at any time, whether it's in YouTube comments or on Facebook or even on Twitter. I'm cool with that stuff. I like having my beliefs challenged because I believe that's the best way to grow them. I don't like being proven wrong, but I recognize that it is necessary for my own personal growth. So feel free to do that whenever you feel like you can. Or even if you've got something in particular you want me to kind of think about and talk about in a future video or something like that, feel free to suggest something, because there are a plethora of topics that I've not thoroughly thought out yet, and when you guys challenge me with something, it gives me an excuse to kind of develop my opinions about that. So feel free to do that as well, and bye.